yesterday. Remember, there were those 3 ships that were hit in the Strait of Hormuz, and then the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy leader said, "We warned you not to cross, and we said we were going to do it, and you didn't get our permission, so we're striking you down." The Strait of Hormuz is effectively shut down right now. It is shut down right now. The price of oil right now is surging. By the way, off the coast of Iraq, there were these ship-to-ship transfers taking place with a Malta-flagged Greek ship and a Marshall Island flagged U.S. ship that were doing this ship-to-ship transfer. Those were hit by an Iranian unmanned vessel. I mean, Iran is rolling out all this equipment right here. I mean, think about the devastation to the area as well, with the sheer amount of oil that was there, that's likely in the water right now. You have that taking place. But with all of this going down, though, late last night, Donald Trump gave this bizarre interview after that disastrous speech he gave in Kentucky. And in this interview, he was like, "I want all the businesses to know you're great. You're doing well. Like, go use the Strait of Hormuz. Things are great right now." He said the Strait is in great shape. What do you mean the Strait is in great shape? The Strait couldn't be in worse shape. Here, play this clip.
Treasury Department buy oil futures as a means to keep the oil prices down or bring the oil prices down?
Well, we're going to be in very good shape. You see what's happening. They are pretty much at the end of the line. Doesn't mean we're going to end it immediately, but they've got no Navy, they've got no Air Force, they've got no anti-air traffic, anything. They have no systems of control. We're just riding free range over that country. And now we're going to look very strongly at the Straits. The Straits are in great shape. We've knocked out all of their boats. They have some missiles, but not very many. I think we're in very good shape.
And then Donald Trump is asked, well, what have you heard? By the way, Peter Ducey of Fox asked this question. What have you heard about the bulletin that Iran may be plotting revenge in California with drones? And Trump's like, it's being investigated. You've got a lot of things happening. You have a lot of things happening? That's your answer? What's wrong with this guy? Here, play this clip.
President Trump, what have you heard about this bulletin that some law enforcement put out about a possible Iran revenge plot in California, where there would be some kind of a boat offshore launching drones towards the...
It's being investigated, but you have a lot of things happening. And all we can do is take them as they come. And the war itself is being prosecuted as well as anybody has ever seen. And this is other countries telling me too. Big countries, powerful countries. They said they've never seen anything like it. And they also agree with what I'm doing. They say it's an evil country, and it's been for 47 years that way.
And
what about sleeper cells, Donald? Have you been briefed about sleeper cells? And he goes, we've got our eye on all of the sleeper cells. You've got your eye on the sleeper cells? What does that even mean, you've got your eye? You're just going to let them just chill? What are you talking about? Play this clip.
And it's been for 47 years that way.
And if they try to hit us back, have you been briefed about how many Iran sleeper cells there could be inside the U.S. right now?
I have been, and a lot of people came in through Biden with this stupid open border. But we know where most of them are. We've got our eye on all of them, I think.
Is it dozens?
They came in through the open border policies of Sleepy Joe Biden, one of the worst president in the history of our country. And we've got our eyes on all of them. But the war itself is being prosecuted at a level that nobody's seen before. It's pretty...
Then to remind you, Donald Trump was in Kentucky earlier yesterday, where he was out there saying that we won the war and that the name Operation Epic Fury is a great name and we won the war and it's over and we're the greatest. Play this clip.
Paducah. And as we take decisive action to stop the threat posed by the terrorist regime in Iran with Operation Epic Fury. 'Cause 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 'c Is that a great name? Well, it's only good if you win. You know, you can only do. And we've won. Let me tell you, we've won. You know, you never like to say too early you won. We won. We won the bet. In the first hour, it was over.
So yesterday also there was a meeting taking place in Miami between Trump's regime and Putin's regime. Yeah, in Miami. Was it secret? No. So Russia is helping Iran try to kill Americans, destroy American assets, and win the war. Russia, through Putin, is out there saying publicly, we have, complete and utter support for Ayatollah Manjabi, the new, far more extreme Ayatollah, if that was even possible, and far more deadly one, even according to the Jerusalem Post, far more deadly than the old Ayatollah, right? Putin's praising the guy. And so what does Donald Trump do after all our intelligence shows that Russia is helping Iran in this war, which is not a shock. They're allies with each other, Russia, China, Iran. What do you think that is happening in Ukraine? Donald Trump, his regime hosts the Russians in Miami. Yet again, what do they meet in Miami every other week? And again, they're not hiding it. Steve Witkoff, the individual, the thing who botched the mediation, the whole Trump regime botched it. And there was no good faith to begin with it. Let's just say that with Iran, where the Oman foreign minister had a deal in principle that was reached, that then that night the U.S. struck Iran because we believed Israel was going to strike first. Here's what Witkoff said. Today in Florida, the Russian delegation led by Special Envoy Dmitriev met with the U.S. delegation, including Special Envoy Witkoff, Kushner, and White House Senior Advisor Josh Greenbaum. Okay, to which Kirill Dmitriev, Russia's envoy to the U.S., says, thank you, Steve, Jared, and Josh, for a productive meeting. Wow, very productive meeting between the U.S. and the Russians. While Zelensky's trying to help the U.S. with anti-drone technology and help our allies, or perhaps we should call them at this point, our former allies in the Middle East. Zelensky has the technology because the Shahid drones from Iran and those ballistic missiles have been used because the alliance is Iran, Russia, China against Ukraine. And Zelensky realizes this is a second front of a world war, essentially, that's now been opened up in the Middle East because of Donald Trump, with Russia and China helping Iran against the U.S. and against U.S. and NATO interest in the Middle East. So can I help you, Donald? Well, maybe you could help my son Eric, who's doing a drone company, who would love some of that technology and would love that IP for his technology. Zelensky's like, what the hell is going on here? And then Donald Trump's holding meetings with the Russians to undermine Ukrainian sovereignty. Isn't it just so dang obvious what is going on here? By the way, more black smoke can still be seen from Bahrain's international airport. Strikes there. The port of Salal in Oman, their main petroleum facility, utterly destroyed by Iran. What about cyber attacks by Iran? Yep, they're doing that too right now. Iran expands its war with a major cyber attack against the U.S. company, medical technology giant called Stryker. The logo of an Iranian-linked group appeared on devices of employees of Stryker. Yep, U.S. medical device maker Stryker was hit with a cyber attack from Iranian hacktivists who remotely wiped employee devices. Many employees have had their devices and data wiped and cannot access their accounts. Stryker makes surgical imaging equipment, defibrillators. The hackers say they targeted Stryker in retaliation for U.S. bombings of the all-girls school in Iran. They say they have wiped more than 200,000 Stryker system servers and mobile devices and stole 50 terabytes of critical data, forcing Stryker offices in 79 countries to shut down. So we can expect that to expand as well right now. So what's the White House posting? Like, how are they dealing with this, right? As here are the countries that were hit on day 12 of the Iran war by the U.S. Oman, Kuwait, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, Iraq, Iran, Israel, Lebanon, and the Strait of Hormuz, right? This is a regional war. This is a massive, massive in scope right now, right? So what's Donald Trump posting?